Hi, Debbie here. Well, this is just a little project share that I want to show you. I'm doing a swap, and what the swap is about is actually a tunnel book. Now, this is the very first time I've done a tunnel book, and so let me show you what I've done so far. It's more or less finished, and unless later on as it's sitting I add more things, which I have a tendency to do, but right now this is how it looks. I use Stamperia Alice paper, and I also used images from an Alice in Wonderland book that I have, that I received from my sister years ago when we did she made me an Alice in Wonderland box, and she also altered a book for me, and I just copied some of the images from that to for inside this album also. So let me show you what it looks like. See how you can see in the tunnel? Look right in there, yeah. And I tried to do it so that you could see a little something from each page without covering up the whole tunnel opening. So this is what I have, and this is the spine. And this is actually a digital free digital that I received, well, that I got from Lori Carson, who is actually the inspiration for this. She had showed a steampunk tunnel book that she had made, and I said, oh, I'd like to make one of these. And then I got a hold of my friend Karen, who I'm swapping with, and we decided we would give it a try. And Laura makes it seem so easy, but this is a really hard album to make, because you have to be aware of your opening, and you have to also be aware of what you're seeing. So you want to make sure you're not seeing like the back side of paper. So a lot of this is making an image and then flipping it and gluing two pieces together so that when you look on the other side, you're not seeing the back side of paper, you're actually seeing that image again. So anyway, this is the front. I just cut out some of the playing cards from the paper line, and this is Alice, and she's opening the curtain, and it's actually a curtain that I made just using some cotton fabric. And I had this stamp that had like black X's, little squares on it, and I just inked that on it to give it a little pattern, and that's what I did for that. And this is just a key that I got from Renee Boutiques. And so this is the front. So when you open it, it's a little awkward to hold. You go to the inside, and this is what the inside cover looks like. And see, you can see the curtain, and then I have a little chain and a little charm hanging off, and then there's Alice with her drink bottle, and I put a little ribbon behind the rabbit that you see on the front there, just so you see that. And then you go to this page, and here we have, I'm not going to read everything that's written here because I'm looking through my viewfinder, and I can't really, some of it I can't just read. And there's a white rabbit, and then a Cheshire cat, and this is actually a charm, a little charm that I got from Hobby Lobby that I stuck there. So that's that page. And then you open it, and then you go to this side, and see how you can see things peeking through? Yeah, I was trying to do that. And you can see the curtain peeking through. This is Alice here, and there's the Cheshire cat again, and Mad Hatter, and March Hare, and everybody, and the little mouse. And there's this page. Then we go over here. And this is just a little bunch of teacups and tea time, and so that's what this one looks like. The top there was just I just cut out the paper that had that saying on it, put some glossy accent on it, and then just glued it to this metal filigree piece here and stuck that there. So I did that. And then we go to this side, and this is the cards that are painting the roses red. I didn't have like a red rose. This kind, I had orange, I had rose buds, but not, oh, I needed open roses, so I just used this, and I figured this was a good enough color, even though it's not red, but it worked out pretty good. And then I cut out some of these little stands here for the topiaries to go in, and the little brick, I had a brick cutting die, and I just inked up some white paper red and just cut out some of the brick pieces and just made a little archway with the brick pieces on that. So that's what I did there. Okay, then we go to this page here. I know these images kind of blended into the background a little much, but you can see that they're there. When you hold the book in your hand, you can see them pretty good. And I just had a little clay bow that I put here, and then a little metal watch that I stuck right there. And these are actually just charms. And I put little gold, I guess they're for nail embellishments when you do your nails, because they're tiny, so I just put those there. So that's that one. See how you can see the hand coming through the archway? I like that. I like things peeking through. And then you go to this side, and then you see this. And this is what we have here. And those little metal cards were cute. And then I cut out those little cards, little teeny tiny cards I cut out of the paper. I was like, oh gosh. Those were teeny tiny, inking them up. I think I had more ink on my thumb than anything else. Okay, then we go to this page here. And then I had a metal crown I just stuck on top of the paper there, because there was a paper crown under that, but I just covered it up. And this was from the book that I told you. I cut out an image from the book. This is another one of those images that I cut out just to put there. So we did that. And then here we have this page here, and this one here. And then on the back, I just might, like I said, I just might just put my name right there. And so anyway, this is my tunnel book. I hope you like it, Karen, because boy, oh boy. This was, because I was thinking, oh, I think I want to make a steampunk one. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not so sure. I need to take a break. Because this is, it's really hard. You know, I'm surprised how hard it is. Because you're not only, you're worried about what you can see looking both ways. It's not only just looking in, but you got to also be aware what you're looking at when you look out. So yeah, that can be a little, that was a little tricky. So anyway, this is my book, and I just wanted to show that to you. And yeah, that's about it. And I have a little, not a tutorial, but kind of like how I put some of it together, because some of it, when I was working on it, I forgot to record. But if you stay, you know, if you keep watching, you'll see some of the things that I did. And but if not, that's okay too, because it really wasn't too much of a tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now. Okay, well, this is how the tunnel book comes. It comes like this. And it's the back page, and then the next page, and then just, you know, all the pages. And it's in chipboard. This is the first time I've ever used anything like this. So there's that. And I've got this from Alpha Stamps, and that will be in the description box below, where you can go over to their store and check it out, because they have a lot of neat little just chipboard pieces and just a lot of things. And this is, I just went there for this specific one because, like I said, I got the inspiration from Laura Carson, and so I was only interested in looking for this one thing at the time. So I got the tunnel book, but I also got the Iron Gate, and that's this here. And because I want to try to use this in the album too. So that's what I'm going to do here. So let me just slide that down so you can see everything that I'm going to be talking about before I get started putting everything together. And a long, long, long time ago, I used to do ATCs, and I used to get the little wooden boxes to put the ATCs in, and I ordered a whole bunch of little doorknobs and keys, and I'm going to see if I can get one to fit on this little piece right here on that. I'm not really sure if they will yet, but as you can see, they're real teeny tiny, so I'm going to see if I can use those. So I haven't done one of those ATCs in a long time, so we'll see about getting a little doorknob on there. Now on Laura's tutorial, because this is what I'm going to be using since I've never done one of these before, I'm actually using hers. She puts her books together totally different than I've ever done. So this is going to be new for me also. And what I needed to do is I needed to cut 5 strips of chipboard. I actually just use thick cardboard, and it's only 1 inch across, and then I scored at a 1/4 inch and then 3/4 inch, and so that's going to leave me a little 1/2 inch spine right there. So I'll have a 1/2 inch in between each page. And on her blog page, she also gives you a free download for this, and so I got that because I wanted to back up my spine with the paper. And this is some of the images that she has for a free download on her blog page. So I went there and got those, and I actually, glued those on. So that's what it's going to look on the outside. Now on the inside here, that little 1/2 inch right there, I wanted to cover that up. I didn't want to leave it like that, and I didn't really want to paint it. So I took some of the paper from the paper that I'm using, the Alice paper from Stamperia, and I cut out little strips. They're only 3/4 of an inch, not 3/4, 3/8 of an inch wide. And I am going to glue them down the middle here. So you'll see this in between each page as I go along. So I'm going to go ahead and finish gluing my papers on, and then I'll show you how it turns out. Okay, well I have the papers on, and this is what they look like. See how they have the little hinge here? What I need to do is I just take and I adhere it to the inside of the cover like that. So this is what you'll see when you open the book, because a piece of paper is going to go on this side and cover up that hinge, and then this hinge right here goes on the second page like that. Yeah, I've never done an album like this. And then of course the pattern paper will cover up this hinge. So the next thing I need to do is I need to go through the paper pad and decide what papers I want to be for my background on all my pages so that I can get my hinges attached. Okay, well I have all my papers picked out for my pages. None of them are cut out yet. It's just an idea of this is going to be the front, because it's a little, this is going to be like the next page. And then the next page, because I need to go through all these now and cut out all the openings. So that's what I need to do next, is just to go through all these. I cut out the openings because I can't really glue any of the pages on until I get the hinges on. So let me go ahead and cut out all the openings. I'll put the hinges on, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, well I picked out the papers I wanted, and I cut out all the openings. I have them paper clipped together here so I don't get them all mixed up. But this is how it's looking so far. Oh, let me just back up a little bit. I wanted, when you look through the tunnel, I wanted the cat to be in the background there. So that was how I kind of played this out. So, and this is just, these are just the background papers. Now all I have to do is, I got to roughen up, I got to ink them, I got to smooth out all the openings because they're just roughly cut. And then put my binding system on, and then to start embellishing the pages up. Yeah, this is the one I wanted for the back because I wanted the cat to be at the end of the tunnel. And so yeah, so this is what I've got, and this is how it's gonna kind of look inside. Of course there'll be things hanging off and things like that once I get all the embellishments on, but this is where I'm at so far. Okay, well I got the paper on the cover, and I have the spine on. See, this is how the spine goes on. And there's going to be like 5 of these, so this is going to be a really wide spine. Well, anyway, you can see this little ledge right here where it's attached. So I got to take out the next piece, and that just gets glued right over that seam so you don't see it. And that's what that's going to look like. And then you take the next page, and that gets glued like on here. It's a little hard for me to show you. As a matter of fact, when I get it glued onto this page, I'll just show you. It's much easier. Okay, well, I've got it on. See, this is what it looks like. It just attaches to the inside here. So what I do is I take my next page and I just cover up that seam like this. And that's what I'll do. And I'll just continue doing that all the way. And this is what the spine looks like until I'm finished. And then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, well, I have all the pages and papers on. And you really can't get a good view of what this is going to look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my camera off the tripod and set this up. And then I'll take a video of it looking straight into it. Okay, so this is what it looks like looking straight into it. And I definitely wanted that cat at the very end. So this is what I've got so far. I'll go through the pages in just a minute. I'll put the camera back on the tripod. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And this is the spine. And this is the back. And these are the pages. And when I do the embellishing, I also not only decorate this side, but I got to make it so that when you look at it this way, you see it in here too. So it's got to be like double. And then there's this page. Here's this one. And there's this one. And then that. So now I just need to start embellishing, and I'll show you how that comes along. I forgot to record a lot of this. I just started working on it, and I totally forgot to record as I was going to let you know what I was doing. But mainly what it is I've just been cutting out little pieces from the paper, and I was just started putting them into the little tunnel book. But this is what I've got so far. It's not finished. I still have a long ways to go. But I just needed to stop and record some of this of what I've been doing. And so you can see there's nothing really going on this page here. And this is actually peeking through from the other side. So see, that's what this side looks like. And I did that on purpose because I wanted you to see little things peeking out from each page. When you look through the, when you look through the book, you can see little pieces from all the pages peeking through, but not covering up the whole tunnel. But so yeah, so I'm still working, but this is what I've got so far. And then this one here, and see how you can peek through and you can see. And on the other side, you can see their little heads peeking through here. See, that's what I was trying to do. I wanted to work on that. And then I got this page here. And then it goes like that. So I'm just busy cutting things out, trying to figure out how I want to put them on the page. And so see, this one's, see, I'm just not... Still got a long ways to go, but this is how it's coming along. I really like how it's coming along, but this is very, very time consuming. And yeah, I think this is probably one of the hardest things I've done ever, is trying to put this little tunnel book together. And so this is where I'm at so far. I still do a little bit more cutting on images. I'm not using just the Stamperia paper, but my sister also got me a packet of Alice in Wonderland cards, so I've been actually printed them out and actually using images from those, and I'm expecting a few more little things in the mail to use on my album. So this is where I'm at so far, and I will try to remember to keep you updated on how I'm coming along. Okay, this is how I'm working on the last page. It's not finished, but this is where I'm at so far, cutting out some of the the words from the paper line and cutting Alice out and just doing a little bit here and there. So I am going to finish embellishing these 2 pages, and then I will that'll be it, and then I'll show you what the album looks like, which is probably what you're going to see before you see this part, because I'll put the finished album at the front of the video here. So let me go ahead and finish that.